Okay guys, I'm back and we're just adding the other pillar, wooden pillar or wooden plank with whatever you call those. Okay, so always it's good to take a look at the image reference. So here we have, as you see, in this part we see these wood planks in this window, which we can do that. Okay, so let's create some of these. Holding down Shift and move your 3D cursor right here, or select this part, this face, Shift S, move your 3D cursor right and there. And now we can take a duplication of some of these, maybe these wood plank, Shift D, okay, and Shift S, cursor to select it, and it will appear right there. Okay, so we may need to rotate it. So first, right click, set region to geometry and rotate it in X axis 90 degrees and in Y axis. So let's look at from the front. Okay, so we need 3 wood plank and scale it in Y axis a little bit. Okay, and we can shift the take a duplication in GY. Okay, and the same thing here. So let's select all of these and just focus on those. Press tab. By selecting all of those, we can press tab and go to edit mode, which is really useful. So now I switch to wireframe mode by pressing Z, and maybe I move this guy a little bit towards this direction, and this one as well. Okay, this guy here, and maybe can do something like this. Even we can add a bevel here or a loop cut. Okay, or there is a lot of way to do. So let's first play around with some of these guys. GG, you can move those back. Okay, and GG, move that here. Move that here. And move this guy here. Okay. And these two here. Maybe. So we see something like this. Even we can add, work on that a little bit more. Maybe it's something like this. Okay. And when we can, for example, move that in X-axis just a bit, and yeah, so let's select all of those, select here. First, let's rotate those, set that one to bounding box RX or RY 90 degrees. Okay, so now we are looking from here. So I just want to move this one down instead of, yeah, yours should be okay. And I select all of those. Select this part and press O to turn on the proportional editing, and press GZ and scale it down. Okay, we have something like this guy, and now we can rotate it even. Okay, like so. So let's instead of, so we add some other wood plank as well. Shift D, R 90 degrees. Look at from the top, and yeah, move. Press O to turn off the proportional editing, and S, Y, or S, X, so that we can create a straight line and scale those in Y axis just a little bit. Okay. And so let's look at what we get. So now we can even scale those in Z axis a little bit and move these things. Maybe one here. So let's take a look where we can add those. And then we can scale it again in Y-axis a little bit. Okay, not too much. And look at from the side and Shift D. Maybe we can rotate this guy by 180 degrees. And R. Maybe we can move and put one of these here. Okay, so that we see a variation of those. Okay. Maybe these two, GZ. And let's double check that. Okay, so maybe we can move that a little bit here. Okay. Okay, so now it's very cool. So actually this is going to be a canopy width, in my opinion. Okay. So now I rotate everything by 180 degrees. Okay. And maybe we need to scale it. Look at from the top. And we push those here. Look at from the side. Rotate it a little bit. And now push those here. Okay, so look at from here. Maybe scale that in y-axis now. Okay, we scale that in y-axis. R, Y, GZ, GX, GZ again. Okay, so I think we need even scale those a bit more in y-axis. Okay. So we get something like this guy. Or maybe even we can select this guy S, Y, and create that a little bit smaller. And maybe this one, we can select all of these vertices and just move those towards here. Maybe scale those in y-axis a little bit more. Okay, so I want to add another wood plank right at the middle. So Shift D, GY. Okay, so I just created this wood plank, maybe scale it even more. Okay, and then maybe, yeah, we set this one here. Or maybe I select all of these, maybe these two. Okay, and maybe I create something like this guy. RZ. And let's select these two. Okay, now, so let's select even these two. Look at from the top. Okay, okay. Very, very nice. So let's just select this face and move that maybe towards this direction. Okay, something like this. Maybe we move this one upward, this one down a little bit. Select both. I select these two faces and move those upward. Okay, like so. Move this one a little bit down and rotate it even. GG. Okay, so now it's okay. We can even select all of these. Maybe look at from this side, and we create a sort of. So press O, turn on that. So that we see a bendy wood plank. So GZ. Move that down as well. Okay. So great. Number 5. Use number 5 to see a preview of whatever you create. Okay. Okay. SY maybe a little bit. Okay, friends, now we are ready to jump into the next part. And so let's focus here, maybe we move those around here, okay? A lot better. I think we can even play around with this face and move that across here. Okay, and maybe we can create the window right now. Shift the take a location, right click, set origin to geometry. Shift S, select it to cursor. Okay, now I scale those, press O to turn off the proportional editing, scale it. Okay, and maybe you can go to edit mode and scan some of these. Shift to take another duplication. Okay, maybe a little bit up here. This one a little bit up here. Around here. Okay, and then we need to select both S, Y. Maybe scan those in Y axis a little bit more. Shift D, R, X. You need to rotate again. This, as you can see, rotating along global. Maybe for you gonna be local or whatever. So make sure to rotate in this way. And we go to edit mode and scale it down. Okay, and scale in Y axis. G, move that here. Maybe select here, press O to turn on the proportional editing, and Y. Okay, and Shift D, GY, and GY again. Maybe play around with some of these guys just a bit, so now we see another variation of that. So I select these two, S, maybe you can go to edit mode, S, and X, scale those in X axis. And even we can play around with the actually bevel in this situation, so that we can add a little bit of bevel. Okay, and here I want to Shift D, take another duplication of some of these, S for scale that really, maybe we can even rotate that in 180, Shift D, okay, and scale it up, and Shift D, 180, and we're going to scale that, 180, okay. So now we need to select all of these guys. And yeah, here's our window. Even I can create a collection for that. So I press M by selecting all of those, M, and I call for right window. Okay. And now I look at from the side, R, move that. Oh, make sure to select these guys as well, M, and move this to right window. Okay, R for rotation, and push them right here. Okay, so we created that kind of window. Even we can select these guys, go to edit mode, maybe scale those in Y axis. Very, very small scaling. So select these two, maybe push them in X axis, or S in Y axis, in local Y axis. As you can see, you can read on the top left corner, okay, along local. As you can see, S for scale in Y axis in local mode. If I just move that in global, you can see that it distorts. So you need to press Y 2 times to set that one to local. As you can see now, if I just press X 2 times, now I'm moving those in along global, along local. So this one, okay, move that a little bit upward, and that's about it. So we can work on the other parts like this roof in the next video, okay? So see you on the next video, guys.